Am I going? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual York Theater. My name is Jim Morgan. I'm the virtual producing artistic director. We're delighted to have you with us for another of our online events. This time, another edition of musical theater trivia. Tonight's theme is spooky musicals in honor of Halloween. Not in honor of the election. We're delighted to have you with us. We have all sorts of fascinating factoids to share with you tonight about the world of spooky musical theater. And here to take it away and be your co-host tonight is our executive director, the ineffable, absolutely ineffable, Mr. Evans Hale. Evans, take it away.
Thank you, Jim. I'm going to have to look up ineffable. Otherwise, I think you're just calling me Effie, and I'll have to get a cow and ring its bell or something. So, hello, everybody. We are delighted, and thank you for Jim Morgan. Thank you for welcome to the York, our trivia, which we always love. People seem to really enjoy playing this. We love putting the questions together as well. And tonight, we are so thrilled that we also have our newly anointed, yes, newly anointed, our associate artistic director, Mr. Jerry McIntyre, is with us to co-host, and he's always a charmer and a smile of electricity. Jerry, are you there with us?
I'm here.
Hi, Mr. McIntyre.
Oh my God, my favorite part is that title. I'm so happy about the title.
Well, we're delighted. Now, where are you right now? You're in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago. I'm teaching at Roosevelt University, and I am also choreographing a show at Starlight in Milwaukee. So I'm kind of busy over here and having a good time, and it's starting to get a little cold. So I'm just getting
that's perfect.
It's
That's
cute.
perfect for tonight, right? I mean, we have pumpkins, we have cobwebs, we have people shivering out on the streets of New York, eating dinner at this very moment.
Right. I'm so glad that I'd like to be here in Chicago only up till December, and then I'm out because it's too cold for me.
Well, we're thrilled you're here. We also have the brilliant Dennis Cordell as our maestro this evening. We'll be doing all sorts of musical anecdotes and questions as well. And there he is. Hello, Maestro. Oh, you're muted. Dennis is muted. There you go. Hello, sir.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I hope he's playing with us at this point.
Huh? I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't. I've been having just so much computer trouble, but I must say, it's so lovely to see both of you. And I just have to say, though, I am shocked to find that I am the only person here wearing a Halloween costume tonight.
And what are we missing?
Well, I thought for this Halloween I would go as a music director.
Ha 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 ha. When truth is stranger than fiction, there you go. Well, everybody, we are thrilled you're here. We're going to be doing the show, and we're going to be playing this game. And we're going to be doing the game where we are doing 4 rounds. And I believe it's 8 questions for each. Is that correct? Well, let's bring up the cards that tell us what we're doing, because otherwise I don't even know what the questions are tonight. I've actually read them, and I contributed a few. Here they come. Well, we're still waiting for the cards to come up. Fiona, we have a wonderful crew of backstage people who are working with us. Our wonderful folks like Fiona and Chris. Here we go. Here's how to play.
Okay.
Each round. Oops, where it disappeared on me. I couldn't read it that quickly. Come back. Said Dorothy to Glinda in The Wizard of Oz.
You didn't memorize it, Anne?
I should know it by now. I will say it is four rounds. There will be 8 questions. They will include, there we go, each round begins, and it disappeared again. I'm going to get it each time it shows up, I'm going to get one. But each round will include multiple choice questions, They will also include a couple of visual questions, including from the screen or from a click on a picture or an audio one that Maestro Dennis will actually be able to give. And each question will have something to do with Halloween or inspirations of such or shows that do that. So I think, and as usual, we'll be able to do a round question to make everybody sure of how the game goes, because we'll be checking up with the numbers at the end of each round so you can kind of figure out who's doing what, where, and how you're placing in the show. So I am waiting for our first round of practice questions to show up. Now, by the way, while we're waiting for this, here we go. Okay, our first. This is our test round. Our test round, and our first question. This is our test round. Just so you get a choice. What musical is Spooky Mormon Hell Dream from? Is that from A, Jesus Christ Superstar, B, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, C, The Book of Mormon, or D, The Cher Show? Which musical do you think Spooky Mormon Hell Dream is from? Put in A, B, C, or D at the moment, and then count that in. That's how we'll start playing the game. Now, this is just a test round. And so now, I think we're ready for our second. All righty. So, now you're going to have to click on the link to answer. Make sure you click on the link to answer. Here is our second. This is our second question for our test round. How are you voting in this election so Spooky October does not continue to be spooky for the next 4 years? There are no wrong answers, but take a pick. A, I already voted. B, November 3rd. C, I'm going to vote in person. Or D, I'm mailing in my ballot right after trivia night ends. So what do you think your answer is to this? These are the first two practice questions. They do not count towards your final answers, but they just give you an idea of how to play the game. Make sure you click on the link to play the game. And let's have our answers to those two questions. Practice round answers are question 1, the Book of Mormon, of course. Yeah. And number 2 is November 3rd, which is less than 2 weeks away. Make sure you vote. Make sure you get your ballots in. Make sure you go and exercise this great right. Well, if we're ready to go into round 1, I'll let my associate here, our associate artistic director, Mr. Jerry McIntyre, take this first round.
Yes. Fantastic. I put my glasses on so I can see this time.
Great. Here's round 1. Jerry McIntyre, take it away.
Here we go. Come on, lovelies. What future Tony Award winning actress made her Broadway debut as a replacement for Kate, a cockle seller, in the musical Jekyll and Hyde in 2000? Oh my God, love a good cockle seller. A, Anthony Ashford. B, Donna Murphy. C, Heather Chandler. D, Jessica Parker. Yes? Let me do one more again.
Yes.
What future Tony Award winning actor debut as a replacement for Kate, a cockle seller, in the musical Jekyll and Hyde in A, Annalee Ashford, B, Donna Murphy, C, Ellie O'Hara, or D, Sarah Jessica Parker? We call her S.A. People know her. She's my buddy.
Well, what a great question to start us off with, because, you know, what says fall better than cockle seller? I tell you what.
I mean, sweetie, I was up for it, but I didn't get it.
Let's go to question 2 in round 1. Which of these actresses did not play gym teacher Miss Gardner in some version of the cult classic musical Carrie? Oh, this question has so many different levels to it. Was it A, Laurie Beachman, B, Charlotte Dembois, C, Darlene Love, or D, Sutton Foster? Now read the question carefully, folks. Which of these actresses did not play gym teacher Miss Gardner in some version of the cult classic musical Carrie? Laurie Beachman, Charlotte Dembois, Darlene Love, or Sutton Foster?
Wow. Wow.
Which one did not play? Remember, that's the operative word, did not play.
That's the clue. That's the hint.
That's the hint.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you see Carrie Evans?
Oh, I saw it originally and then saw the new versions. Yes.
Oh, like we were doing Anything Goes at the time with Miss Lapone, and we were running at the same time, so we couldn't go. But I think someone called in sick so they could see it, and they said it was not to be believed. I'm so sorry I missed it.
One of the great legendaries, the Latin Moose Murders. All right, question number 3.
When the musical Murder Ballad moved from MTC Stage II to the Union Square Theater downtown, one actor did not move with the show. He did not move with the show. Who was it? A, Karen Olivo. B, Rebecca Naomi Jones. C, John Ellison Conley. D, Will Spenson. One more time. When the musical Murder Ballad moved from MTC to the Union Square Theater downtown, one actor did not move with the show. Who was it? A, B, Rebecca Naomi Jones, I can't say her name, John Ellison Conley, D, Will Swenson. And I love Rebecca Naomi Jones. I love her.
I love the fact that now everyone's going to Google the backstory into why that person did not move with the show.
Yes.
And try to find the dirt behind it all.
I know. I don't know this answer at all, but I will soon.
We will. All right, question number 4. In 2009, the Toxic Avenger made his New York debut at New World Stages. Who played the Toxic Avenger 11 years ago? Was it A, Patrick Page, B, Hunter Foster, C, Nick Cordero, or D, Brian D'Arcy James? The Toxic Avenger, I was there. I saw it at New World Stages, and they insisted that I was not going to get my favorite shirt stained because it would all wash off. It didn't. So was that A, Patrick Page?
Owe you money.
I know. B, Hunter Foster, C, Nick Cordero, or D, Brian D'Arcy James?
I saw that too. I saw that too. And didn't Nancy Opal do some fantastic?
Yes.
She did some fantastic costume change things. She was
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
No, it was actually a very fun show. But no, that stuff, that toxic, that whatever the fabric stuff was, it killed the fabric. So
God.
Going on.
In Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds, what famous actor recorded the role of the journalist?
Ooh.
A, B, Charlton Heston, C, Anthony Hopkins, D, Richard Burton. Wow, that's a good one.
That's a great question.
That's a great
question.
Do
you know this?
I have no idea. Do you know everyone who it is?
No.
All right, let me go again. In Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds, what famous actor recorded the role of A, Vincent Price, B, Charlton Heston, C, Anthony Hopkins, or D, Richard Burton? I think all of those gentlemen like to drink a lot.
They were all in a club together. Fascinating question. Okay, number 6. Ooh, name this actor. A, Aaron Tveit. B, Norbert Leo Butz. C, Alex Brightman, or D, Jeremy Jordan? Who is that famous actor who was just on Broadway just this past year?
Mr. Aaron Tveit, which he's a Tony winner, right? You know that?
By default, I think, right?
Can you imagine if he doesn't win? That'll be horrible.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He is the Tony. He is the nominee.
He's the. I looked at that thing. I'm like, how is it? No one else was available.
That's right. Everybody else was buying their houses in Vermont and Florida.
Exactly.
All right, question 7.
Here we go. Number 7. Name that show. Wow. Oh my God. I saw that show, but I won't say what it is. Okay. Is it A, Bat Boy the musical? B, Batman the musical? C, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark? D, Jersey Boy?
I love Chris Messina in that.
It's from a very dark period in Frankie Valli's life.
It was very dark. John Lloyd.
And shall we go to our final question of round 1? Oh, what?
Yes, this is me.
Maestro, yes, this is you.
Well, it seems like everything I have has been cursed today. My computer took an hour to turn on, and I wasn't able to log in on it. So I'm using Annie's computer with the soul of large S. And so instead, and as a matter of fact, just before I sat down, a sorcerer or warlock or witch or what have you came and cast a series of horrible curses on the piano. And the first one is that I'm playing it. But the second one is that this song, by the way, everyone, for those of you keeping count and using your Google Sheet things, which I hope you're all using, this corresponds to question 8 on the sheet, not question 7. It's a misprint. Yet another curse this warlock or witch or sorceress or whatnot cast on her way here to make my life a living hell. And, So anyway, the first curse that was cast here is that I can only play this song backwards. And you have to tell me what show it's from. And if you're able to do it successfully, I'll be able to play it correctly. But before we do that, I just want to check and make sure that levels are okay and not overpowering and also not indecipherable for the piano. So I'm going to play something forward that's not the song. And you can Evans and Jerry, just let me know how it's coming out.
Okay, that sounds like a piano.
Okay, cool. All right. So here we go. So it's backwards, and so here we go. Let's see if you're able to use a little. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I have to count it in backwards too. It's another. So 8, 7, 6. would be perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Just the fact that you somehow brainiaced how you could do that is amazing to me.
It's literally bananas. It's so brilliant.
Oh, thanks, guys. I should have been doing this more often, I guess.
Well, was that tune you just heard Maestro Dennis play A, Dracula, B, The Addams Family, C, A New Brain, or D, Starmites? This is question number 8 of our first round of this wonderful game of trivia, being bewitched, bothered, and bewildered tonight by all the little ghosts and sprites out there.
I love Sprite.
And sprites. We love Sprite. All right, so we are done with our round 1, and I think we're going to give our correct answers to round 1, is right? Coming up, we are ready to give you if everybody has put your answers in, we're ready to give you the correct answers for round 1. Miss Fiona? Round 1 answers. Question 1 was C, Kelly O'Hara. 2, Charlotte D'Amboise. That was Charlotte D'Amboise. That was in the Carrie question, wasn't it?
She did not play the gym teacher.
She did not play the gym teacher. The question 3 was A, Karen Olivo. Question 4, the Toxic Avenger was the beloved Nick Cordero.
Love him so much.
Absolutely. Question 5, Richard Burton was the recorded voice of that legendary musical.
Yes, and Jeff Wayne also wrote a really wonderful musical version of The Tale of Two Cities called Two Cities that no one ever does. Might be a good mufti.
Yes.
It starred Edward Woodward. I happen to really like it, Seth.
Question number 6 was Alex Brightman. And of course, in Beetlejuice. 7 was Bat Boy the musical. And Maestro, would you play the answer to question number 8 forward?
Sure. Snap along, everyone. 2, 3.
Wonderful. Do you know that I did a screen test when they were filming the Addams Family movies. Someone got me a screen test for the role of Thing.
Are you kidding?
No, I have the actual the little, what do you call it? My little audition tape that they had me do with my hands doing all sorts of weird things.
Oh, right.
Didn't get the role. Every time I watch the movie, I'm very jealous. What can I tell you?
Would they have, now for some of the more elaborate things, would they have had a stunt double for you?
Well, yes, you don't want to injure those things as you dance, jump and leap.
God,
So
you'd be a great hand model, Evans. I've always thought.
All right. So I think we are tallying up our first round here. I think we are doing that. I think, and so one thing, 3-way. Oh, we got a 3-way tie already.
Wow.
A 3-way tie. That's a menage a trois tie between Mike, Ann, and Amy. Well, Mike, Ann, and Amy, you are just setting us off right, and we'll see what happens coming up in the next rounds. One thing I do want to put out there is that for anybody who's watching, if you want to make a donation, we do encourage donations to the York in these troubling times because we're getting very excited about getting back into the offices and starting to produce shows again as soon as we can. But we have all sorts of wonderful things happening coming up this fall, including our Celebrity Cabaret series that starts on was the first week of November with all sorts of great people, hosted by Michael Feinstein, with Ben Vereen, Clea Blackhurst, Leroy Reams, George Aboud. Who else do we have, Dennis?
Oh, well, that's an excellent question, Evans. Let's see if I can do this trivia. So you've said Leroy Reams, you said Clea Blackhurst, George Aboud. She's saying, the fellow from Cagney, Robert Crichton.
Bobby Crichton. Yeah.
Let's see, who else? Well, in the Christmas, and there's the special Christmas.
There's a Christmas holiday that'll be coming up in December.
Ben Vereen.
Yes.
I'm sure these are all people you've mentioned, and you found me out that I was getting things.
Oh, Lilias White, the amazing Lilias White.
Oh yeah,
that is going to be quite something. So it's going to be a weekly series starting the first week of November, which will help you get over the hump of the election. And every week, we're so thrilled. And here, look, you can text to New York, text 44321 if you want to donate and help us make these wonderful things alive and even better every time we do something here. All right, we do not have a Alton Fitzgerald. We have as well, so that's fantastic.
It is, as they used to say of MGM, more stars than there are in the heavens.
Yeah, exactly. All righty, so I think we're ready to go into round 2. Jerry Mack, take us on.
Round 2, let's do this. Oh, welcome to round 2. We're circling. Okay. Which musical made its debut off-Broadway in 2006 with songs that included Cabin in the Woods? And what the F was that?
I've done that at many auditions. I had no idea there was the song by the same name, though.
Was it A, Into the Woods, B, Evil Dead the Musical, C, Bat Boy, or D, Heathers? I'm going to have to read that again because I can't believe that was a song. Which musical made its debut off Broadway in 2006 with songs that included Cabin in the Woods? And what the F was that? Was it A, Into the Woods, B, Evil Dead the Musical, C, Bat Boy, or D, Heathers? I don't like to curse on the screen. My mother would be so mad at me if I cursed. So I'm a good person.
I think that's quite honorable, Jerry.
Don't you think?
I think it's great. And they were kind enough to censor it for you in the slide anyway.
Right.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, Jerry.
Yeah.
12 years of Catholic school.
Oh, here we are. Question number 2. In Snoopy, the musical sequel to You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Linus anxiously awaits the great pumpkin in which song? A, Just One Person. B, Edgar Allan Poe, C, The Vigil, or D, Poor Sweet Baby? In Snoopy the Musical, a sequel to You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Linus anxiously awaits the great pumpkin in which of these songs? I love the titles of all of them. Just One Person, B, Edgar Allan Poe, C, The Vigil, or D, Poor Sweet Baby?
Oh, I love Snoopy.
Snoopy has a great score. I think the songs are really wonderful.
Right. Vicki Lewis, right?
Yes, right? Well, it was, right?
Vicki Lewis was in that.
Yeah. Boy, I forgot about that.
Right?
Oh, here we go. Oh, how appropriate, Jerry.
This is perfect for me. In Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey sings a matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link.
Now finish the lyric, folks.
Finish this. Is it A, a flamingo on the lawn, so shiny, sweet, and pink? B, surrounding tiles in the bathroom, Drano by the sink. Asbestos, this is C, asbestos in the attic, my shoulders covered in mink. Or D, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink with a hard K. In Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey sings a matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link. A flamingo on the lawn, so shiny, sweet, and pink. B, surrounding tiles in the bathroom, Drano by the sink. C, asbestos in the attic, my shoulders covered in mink. Or D, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink.
I would say that was one of my questions. I was actually very proud of those lyrics. So
I was a fan. I love playing Audrey.
And question number 4: Which of these things did Wednesday not sing about in the song "Pulled" from the Addams Family musical? Which of these things did Wednesday not sing about in the song "Pulled"? Was it A, puppy dogs, B, dancing mice, C, chia pets, or D, baby sheep?
Huh.
This is a head scratcher.
I like that. Chia pets.
Was it, which of these things did Wednesday not sing about in the song pulled from the Addams Family? Was it A, musical, A, puppy dogs, B, dancing mice, C, chia pets, or D, baby sheep?
Come on, number 6. Big 6.
No, 5. You're up.
Oh, I am? Oh.
Yes.
The song Ghosties and the Ghoulies is from which film musical turned stage musical? A, Singing in the Rain, B, Footloose, C, Meet Me in St. Louis, or D, The Wizard of Oz. Ooh, this is good.
Musical.
The song, I like this. The song Ghosties and the Ghoulies is from which film musical turned stage musical? A, Singing in the Rain, B, Footloose, C, Meet Me in St. Louis, or D, The Wizard of Oz?
Great question.
Yeah, that's a good.
See who's the real musical comedy maven out there. All right, question number 6. Oh, name that actor.
Yes.
Original Sweeney Todd. Was it A, Lynn Carreyrou, B, Bob Gunton, C, Michael Cerveris, or D, Johnny Depp? Oh, good question. Well put together.
Yeah.
Name that actor, the original Sweeney Todd. A, Lynn Carreyrou, B, Bob Gunton, C, Michael Cerveris, or D, Johnny Depp? Here we got name that show, Maestro.
Here we go, number 7. Name that show.
Different types, where it ain't coat pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Dressed up like a $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper! Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Put it on the wrist! Put it on the wrist!
My favorite part about it never gets old. The joke never gets old. Is it A, Shrek? Is it B, Young Frankenstein? Is it C, The Producers? Or D, Dracula? Just so.
So wrong. Maestro! Maestro Dennis, up for you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Well, while I was sitting here, the so-and-so, the Gremlins and Greeblies came and cast another horrible curse on this piano. It's a real doozy of one. Basically, what it's done this time is that it only plays major songs in their relative minor keys. And it's, it's a little sad, I must say. So you can help me, though, by guessing which song this is and putting it back in its rightful major. Here we go.
My Lord, it's going to make me cry.
Oh,
Tears are coming.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, Maestro, name the songs.
Well, I can't. That's what the contestants are here for.
Was that A, Not a Day Goes By in a very sad and mournful way? B, Could I Leave You? C, Joanna? Or D, Johanna, if you're of the Swedish persuasion? Or D, And I Am Telling You?
Yeah.
Which was that song put off into make the times in which we currently live, reflect the times in which we live?
Didn't Jim Morgan call you Effie before?
Why, yes, he did.
See how
But I'm an Effie major, not Effie minor. So,
a full circle.
so that is round 2, everybody, of our 4 rounds. So while we will bring up the correct, make sure you've got your answers in. We'll bring up the correct answers, and you can see how you've done. Round 2 answers. Question 1, it was The Evil Dead, the musical.
I thought it was Into the Woods.
Of course you did. The question 2, The Vigil. Oh, how interesting. I got that wrong. Question 3, A Grill Out on the Patio. Oh, you should sing that, Jerry.
A grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink.
Wonderfully done. Question 4, Baby Sheep. Baby Sheep.
It'll be the next big hit song after Baby Shark.
Yeah, really, from Sharknado, the musical. Question 5, Meet Me in St. Louis. And of course, question 6, the original Sweeney Todd Lynn Carry You. Question 7, that was indeed Young Frankenstein. And question 8, Maestro, please play us in a happier key, Joanna.
I only have it in the minor key.
That's it's always amazing. They used to say sometimes it's such a great melodist, and he doesn't get the credit for being the true arching melodies he writes. It's just extraordinary.
And Sweeney Todd is full of them. There's that.
Oh yeah.
Greenfinch and Linnet is another lovely tune where he plays around with the major and minor constantly.
It's so gorgeous.
It's really something. Well, do we know if we are ready to move on to round 3? I think we are. I want to remind everybody, if you want to text a donation to us, please do. You just put up the banner again, Miss Fiona, so that people can know what to text in and send us a donation to the York Theater Company. Amy best go, God, anything but Baby Shark.
Yes,
Thank you, Amy.
That's coming up in my original plan was that the piano was cursed so that the only thing I played in all 4 rounds was Baby Shark, but
that's just sad.
Cooler heads prevailed. No, I'm just making all of this up. I'm sorry.
So all right, well, I think we're ready to go to round 3. Oh, here we go. Text York, but before we go to round 3, text York 44321 to donate to us. Take a moment, send us a shilling or 2. We would so appreciate it. It all goes to a wonderful cause, which is the York Theater celebrating 50 years. 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. How many theaters in New York can really say that? And of course, the great vision of artistic director Jim Morgan. Not only vision in a metaphorical sense, but oftentimes, as you come and see our shows, a very real, literal sense with his gorgeous set designs. So we want to keep on doing those things. Round 3. Round 3. Mr. Jerry?
What do JD and Veronica poison Heather Chandler in Heathers, the musical? A, rat poison. B, bleach. C, drain cleaner. D, barbasol. With what do JD and Veronica poison Heather Chandler in Heathers, the musical? A, rat poison. B, bleach. C, drain cleaner. And D, barbasol. I never saw it. I didn't see Heather. I was not around.
I was just trying to think whether those are recipes. Oh, well, look, we're being pushed to move ahead.
Well, I think those are all things that the president has said will cure the coronavirus.
Cure the coronavirus, exactly. In The Phantom of the Opera, why is Raoul told to keep his hand raised high to the side of his face? Is it A, he is known for his bad breath? B, the Phantom keeps a vial of acid as a weapon. Oh my God. C, he must avoid contact with Christina's eyes if he wants to win her back. Christine's eyes, sorry. Or D, to protect himself from the Punjab lasso. In The Phantom of the Opera, Raoul is told to keep his hand raised high to the side of his face. He is known. Is this because of it? He is notoriously known amongst the company for his bad breath. B, the Phantom keeps a vial of acid as a weapon. C, he must avoid that contact with Christine's eyes if he wants to win her back. Or D, to protect himself from the Punjab lasso. Ooh. So many choices.
That's so horrifying. I play Punjab and Annie too. We'll talk about that.
Oh, Annie too?
Yes, it's a long story.
It's scary that you know that score, Dennis.
Yes,
Oh,
you're
well,
right.
the advantages of having no life.
Okay.
All right, question number 3.
Here we go. Which one of these musicals has a Halloween themed ballet? A, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. B, High Button Shoes. C, Oklahoma. D, The American in Paris. Anime. Which one of these musicals has a Halloween themed ballet? A, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. B, High Button Shoes. C, Oklahoma. D, American in Paris.
Beautifully done. And question number 4. Oh, in the 2012 production of Carrie. Keep this in mind, the 2012 production of Carrie. What was the first sign that things weren't right in the world? Was it A, Miss Gardner, the gym teacher, levitates? B, a boy is sent sprawling on his skateboard? C, a light bulb explodes in the locker room? Or D, Sissy Spacek was seen muttering at the theater, I should have won that damn Oscar. Or E, oh, we have an extra one. Someone was reviving Carrie. This is the 2012 production. What was the first sign that things weren't right in the world? Was it A, Miss Gardner, the gym teacher, levitates? B, a boy is sent sprawling on his skateboard? C, a light bulb explodes in the locker room? Or C, Sissy Spacek was seen muttering at the theater, I should have won that damn Oscar. Question 5.
Question 5. Applause. The Strauss-Adams Comden and Green musical from All About Eve has a song in it entitled One Halloween, originally sung by Penny Fuller, who I love. It ended with the line, A, damn you, mommy, you'll never see me again. B, screw you, daddy, look at your little girl now. C, no more trick-or-treats, it's going to be a night. Or D, just stop parents trick-or-treat this.
Love this question. This is great.
This question is fantastic. Okay. Applause. The Strauss-Adams Comden and Green musical from All About Eve has a song entitled One Halloween, originally sung by Penny Fuller. It ended with the line, damn you, mommy, you'll never see me again. B, screw you, daddy. Look at your little girl now. C, no more trick-or-treat. It's going to be a bumpy night. Or D, just stop parents, trick-or-treat this.
Love that. Great question.
That's fantastic.
And 6, name that actress. Hint, ghost. A, Annalee Ashford. B, Megan Hilty. C, Jessie Mueller. Or D, Cassie Levy. Who is that actress pictured there in a classic scene from the musical version of Ghost? Annalee Ashford, Megan Hilty, Jessie Mueller, or D, Cassie Levy?
Oh, I want to know who the actor is.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know, but he's
The ghost.
Anybody wants to give us who the actor was who was playing that role?
Richard Fleischman.
Was it?
That, according to
Seth just did it. Richard Fleischman. Thank you, Seth.
Seth is so quick, Seth.
That's Seth. He's like a little whiz of electronics going through his brain all the time.
Yes.
funny though. I thought that this was a picture from. I didn't think the joke all the way through. It needs to be an incongruous show for it to work. Let's say I thought this was from Annie Warbucks.
Yeah.
After they worked Annie too, they had the pottery wheel scene.
Annie 5 years later with a cigarette hanging out the side of her mouth. All right, question number 7.
Here we go. Oh.
So don't lean on my doorbell and then disappear. Oh, and don't soap up my windows, I prefer them clear. And don't pour Coca-Cola on my Chevy van. I'm sad enough the way I am, doing what I can on Halloween. On Halloween, the time that found me in between. Time played a trick and did me mean, so please treat me extra nice on Halloween.
Oh, name that song. It's one Halloween, A. B, on Halloween. C, doing what I can. D, a Yeston Halloween.
Ooh.
A is one Halloween. B, on Halloween. C, doing what I can. Or D, a Yeston Halloween.
Yes, and Maury sings Yeston from PS Classics, which is a new collection of Maury's demos available for download today. I'm being sent a message.
Wow.
Maury from PS Classics, Tommy Kraft has put together Maury Sings Yeston.
Sorry. And PS Classics also put out the cast album of the York's production of Anything Can Happen in the Theater.
This is very true.
And picking up, orchestrated for 8 pieces or something, I think, for the album.
Yeah. It's quite a group there in terms of that. But I will say it was lovely hearing that piano played rather lovely in that little segment.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. I like that piano player.
Question number 8.
Just me.
Maestro Dennis.
Hi. Well, I hope you like me too, Jerry. This is, those naiads and sylphs and other such creatures of the forest they were just here. You just missed them. And before they left, they said they cast out all melody from this piano, and it's a horrible thing. So now I'm forced, like the Wandering Dutchman, forced to play songs upside down for the rest of time. So instead of backwards, this is a song that is being played upside down. So the intervals are all inverted and so on and so forth. See if you can guess what the song is. And if you can, you might hear it played correctly. But based on the sterling performance of Joanna in the major key, you might not. Here we go. I can't even play it upside down. Here we go.
God, even upside down, you play it so beautifully.
It speaks to the strength of the songs that they can be tortured in these ways, and they still kind of sound nice.
Well, they sound gorgeous with, especially you're playing it. So was that A, Upside Down Autumn in New York, B, Upside Down Moonlight in Vermont, C, Upside Down No Place Like London, or D, Upside Down Good Morning Baltimore? And that brings us to a close of our third round. And I think if everybody has got your questions in, your answers in, I should say, here are the answers. Question 1 was drain cleaner. Question 2, to protect him from the Punjab lasso.
Although now it's also to protect him from COVID-19.
Well, this is true. Well, then he's got to wear just a mask.
Yes.
And he often gets confused with the Phantom. Question 3, a tree grows in Brooklyn, which is actually a lovely score. I don't know if it's a very good musical, but it's a lovely score, isn't it?
It is. Some nice tunes.
Question 4, a light bulb explodes in the locker room. That was the first thing that happened in the 2012. The curse continues. Oh, question 5. Okay, Jerry, you've got to read this one. The answer.
Screw you, Daddy. Look at your little girl now.
Question 6, Cassie Levy. Question 7, on Halloween, from a York Theater production of Anything Can Happen in the Theater, which was a lovely show we did last year, choreographed by Mr. Jerry McIntyre.
Hello.
And question 8, Maestro. Just love that song.
Beautiful.
One of the really great standards.
It really, I mean, good.
Sorry, Evans.
No, I was just going to say, Good Morning Baltimore has never been played better than that.
Thank you. Yes, no, it's, you know,
this musical is the Autumn in New York is from Thumbs Up.
Thumbs Up was one of many sort of reviews in the late 30s, early 40s. It was a song that was sort of sang at the end of the show while the audience was putting their hats and coats on. And
really?
And in spite of it, it became a huge standard. And,
really?
And Vernon Duke wrote the lyric as well, which is a wonderful lyric, especially when you consider that English was his fifth language. And he, just a wonderful composer and lyricist. And any excuse to play something of his, I will happily take. And thematically, it seemed to kind of fit in the evening.
Absolutely. Well, Vernon Dukowski was his original name, and just incredible history. You know, Don Upshaw did a fabulous recording of his songs a few years ago. Just wonderful. Well, I think everybody is, if I'm not, Vladimir, yes, thankfully says Vladimir Dukowski, not Vernon, but Vladimir Dukowski.
Yes, and it was Gershwin who said Vladimir Dukowski isn't going to sell a lot of sheet music, but Vernon Duke might.
That's very true. And a reminder, well, I know that I think we are rounding up our scores for the moment. Well, before we go into the fourth round, Jim wants me to remind everybody that indeed we have this wonderful cabaret series. And here are who some of the people are going to be part of it. Alton Fitzgerald White, Clea Blackhurst, Karen Mason. Everybody loves Karen Mason.
Yes.
Bobby Creighton, Ben Vereen, George Aboud, Lilius White, and Leroy Reams. Those are, my God, any one of those evenings. But here you got, and there's other ones with Richard Kind in it as well. And some very special things that are going to be happening with those. As all culminates with a holiday party special gala that we'll be doing in December as well. So check out. There is a link to tickets in the link. And yes, you can subscribe. You can subscribe and get the package. It's in the. I'm told it is in the chat, so you can subscribe and get the whole package. Save some money. They're going to be, and they're great because you can stay at home in the late afternoon, early evening, have a little cocktail, watch these wonderful artists that you have to pay. If you go to 54 below, you have to pay what, $50, $60, $70 just to go and
charge. Yeah.
Right. That doesn't get you in the door. So for this, you'll be able to see the whole series. They're just wonderful from the comfort of your home with some friends. Have a little cocktail. Listen to these great New York artists that are just fantastic. So check out that link and subscribe to the whole. Get all of them. You can see them all.
And we should thank friend of the York, Ricky Kane Larimer, for
absolutely
guiding lights of the series.
Thank you so much. You're absolutely right. Ricky is our co-producer on this, and she was the one who actually said, it would really be wonderful, especially as you go into the fall, to have a cabaret series coming from New York. And we want to thank Michael Feinstein, who will be hosting these wonderful events. So, here is the link. Oh, it disappeared, but I'm sure it'll come back. Which you can subscribe to it. But yeah, Ricky is of course. She is a true stalwart of the arts, and we are so grateful to Ricky for all that she does to help make things happen with us and for us. And this is just going to be a great way to spend the fall. So I think, Chris, if I'm not mistaken, may we go on to round 4? Do you have a roundup in terms of who's winning or who's leading at this point? Mr. Steckel? We have all these great people who are working backstage. Chris Steckel and Fiona. Oh, Amy is in the lead. Amy is in the lead, or in the Iliad, in the Odyssey. Amy is in the lead. So there are, and here we go with round 4.
Big round 4.
Our final round.
Yes. What year did the musical Zombie Prom appear off-Broadway? A, 1986. B, 1996. C, 2006, or D, 2016.
Oh.
Sorry, Jerry.
What year did the musical Zombie Prom appear off-Broadway? A, 1986, B, 1996, C, 2006, or D, 2016?
If I had to take a wild guess, I would say it's probably one of the years that ends with 6.
You know what? Thanks for the help.
Dennis, you are a maestro. Yeah, your insights. Question number 2. In 2019, Lizzie the musical got the axe before appearing off-Broadway. Where was the Lizzie Borden musical supposed to premiere? Was it A, the Pershing Square Signature Theater, B, the Barrow Street Theater, C, the Minetta Lane Theater, or D, Theater Row? Lizzie the musical, got the axe before appearing off-Broadway. Where was the Lizzie Borden musical supposed to be premiered? A, the Pershing Square Signature Center, B, the Barrow Street Theater, C, Minetta Lane Theater, or D, Theater Row. Now this is separate from, of course, the ballet, put together by Extra Points by.
Wow.
Who did that fantastic ballet?
I was so looking forward to seeing Lizzie because it was like Eden Espinosa.
Uh-huh.
I was so excited about her singing so high, but never saw it.
And yes, it was Agnes de Mille indeed who did the ballet, which became a classic.
Awesome.
All righty. Number 3.
Number 3, which beloved Broadway star appeared in not one but 2 unsuccessful musicals, perfect for tonight's trivia lineup? Halloween by Mitch Lee and Sidney Michaels, and the first production of Carrie at the Royal Shakespeare Company. Wow. A, Celeste Holmes, B, Julie Andrews, C, Liz Calloway, or D, Barbara Cook. Now listen to this question. It's intense. It's got a lot of things in it. Which beloved Broadway star appeared in not one but 2 unsuccessful musicals, perfect for tonight's trivia lineup? Halloween by Mitch Lee and Sidney Michaels, and the first production of Carrie at the Royal Shakespeare Company. A, Celeste Holmes, B, Julie Andrews, C, Liz Calloway, or D, Barbara Cook.
Wow. I was not even aware that there was a musical by Mitch Lee called Halloween.
I learned about it today. And some of the songs are quite attractive, as you'd expect from Mitch Lee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was the premise of the show?
I have no idea. I just listened to the song.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It seems like this might be the best way to experience Halloween.
I just sent a note to Seth Christenfeld and say what was the because he would know. It might even be his question. What was the premise of Halloween by Mitch Lee? All righty. Going on to question number 4. Oh, Seth said something with people in a sanitarium.
Well, that clears it up.
That is everything. Broadway's most well-known musical ghost story is probably High Spirits, based on Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit. The York revived High Spirits in the Mufties in 2009. Who originated the spectral role of Elvira? Was it A, Yvonne DiCarlo, B, Patricia Routledge, C, Tammy Grimes, or D, Louise Troy? Noel Coward's High Spirits the musical of High Spirits based on Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit, and which the York revived as High Spirits in 2009. Who originated the spectral role of Elvira? Yvonne DiCarlo. By the way, what other show was Yvonne DiCarlo in that every kid knew? B, Patricia Routledge, C, Tammy Grimes, or D, Louise Troy? Oh, Chris says we've got a photo. Oh, there it is. That must be the York.
Oh.
Wow. Is that Howard McGillen in the back there too?
That is Howard, and that's, oh my God. Yeah. Is that Janine LaManna? I think it's Janine down there. Yes.
Wow.
That's all these McGillies.
And is that Nancy Anderson? Am I wrong down front?
Oh, I don't know. I think.
Oh, Carol Kane. Oh, that's Carol Kane. Oh my gosh.
Was she Madame Arcadi, or was she just there? Or?
Yes. She was Madame Arcadi.
And that's Hugh, isn't it?
Hugh Pinero?
Hugh Pinero, yeah. I have my glasses on and I'm still squinting.
Oh no, Seth says it's Mark Bruni.
Oh, okay.
Mark Bruni. Well, that's a stellar lineup of people who did that. Then how cool is that?
And High Spirits has a fantastic score by Hugh Martin and Timothy.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Oh, it says it's Vianne Cox.
Vianne Cox is down there. Yes.
All right, let's go on with the next question.
Let's go. Oh, I love my Howard McGillen.
All right. Oh, we need to get the. I need to get the. We need to get the. I need to get the clip. Can we remove the photo, Chris? Before becoming a smash hit on Broadway, the musical Hadestown had a handful of notable productions. Which of the following theaters did Hadestown not play before Broadway? Was it A, the National Theatre in London, B, the Fifth Avenue Theatre in Seattle, Washington, C, the New York Theatre Workshop, or D, the Citadel Theater in Edmonton, Alberta? Before becoming a smash hit on Broadway, the musical Hadestown had a handful of notable productions. Which of the following theaters did Hadestown not play before Broadway? Tonight we have a lot of not questions. A, the National Theatre in London. B, the Fifth Avenue Theatre. C, the New York Theatre Workshop. Or D, the Citadel Theatre in Edmonton, Alberta. Take your questions, and we're ready to go to question 6.
Here's number 6.
Oh, I'll have to get, yes.
Name that actor. The hint, Silence the Musical.
Was the actor in blue?
Oh, yes. Name the actor in blue. Yes. Hint, Silence the Musical, York alum. Is it A, Eric William Morris, B, John Tartaglia, C, Robert Cuccioli, or D, Brent Barrett? Okay, is it A, Eric William Morris, B, John Tartaglia, C, Robert Cuccioli, or D, Brent Barrett?
Ooh.
Name
that show. We've got a video coming.
It's just a jump to the left. And then a step to the right. With your hands on your hips. You bring your knees in tight. But it's the pelvic thrust that really grabs you insane. Let's do the time warp again.
Wow. Which show was that? The Rocky Horror Show?
Wow.
B, A New Brain? C, The Really Horrifying Story? Or D, Wicked? And now, if I'm not mistaken, we are coming to the last question of our 4th round, the last round, which will determine who gets these fantastic prizes we have for you all tonight. Maestro.
Yes. You know, I remember seeing The Really Horrifying Story in previews out of town. It was a really special evening. You know, they it was admission was free, but we had to pay to get out. Yes. So, well, it was a wonderful round, wasn't it, everybody? But unfortunately, while I turned my head this way, some magic maker type fella came by and said, hocus pocus, and has transformed this piano into something that is incapable of playing songs at the correct tempo. It's really been quite frustrating, but there is a song that maybe if you help me figure out what it is, I think I need to figure out what it is. Eventually, all will be right in the world. Not that I ever play anything at the correct tempo anyway, but I might be closer. So here we go. You know what? I started in the wrong place.
Well, I was going to say, Eric Satie has taken over and become. It still works. It's gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
It's like Eric Satie has kind of inhabited your body for a few minutes there. Well, what song was that in a particularly different tempo than you might normally hear it? Was that A, For Good, B, Last Midnight, C, The Music of the Night, or D, Our Time, as played by the brilliant maestro Dennis Cordell? So that brings us to the last question. That was the last question of this evening of great trivia.
Wow, it went so quick.
I know it goes. Time flies when you're just having fun. And
Doing York trivia.
And playing York trivia. We encourage people to come and play York trivia. And so everybody's going to be. Mr. Chris is going to be figuring out the things. Do we? Yes, Maestro. We do have a tiebreaker if needed. Correct.
We've got 3 if needed. Yes.
Oh my Lord!
I sent Chris the answers, so he's got them on file.
All right, that's fine.
I'll drop them in the chat right now.
Okay, well they are. Everybody's figuring them up. But meanwhile, Mr. Jerry, thank you so much. So tell us about this production that you're directing in Wisconsin.
So Michael Unger, who you
Yes.
work is the artistic director now at Skylight Theater in Milwaukee, and so we're doing it virtually. So of course, I'm just like literally in a studio by myself. I tape it and then I give it to the cast, and and then they're gonna rehearse it together by themselves because I can't be in the room because my union STC says I cannot be there, which I trust them.
Right.
Which is because there's a lot of COVID cases there.
Sure.
So the production is we're rehearsing virtually. It's my
Wow.
first time doing something virtually, like rehearsing a whole musical. So I'm watching the urchins and I'm going, now move your arm like bounce you out. It's really bananas. And it's like my first time doing it, but you know what? This is the world we're living in right now, so we have to do it.
Well, and you've already done it with the now the landmark production of Godspell that was done up in the Berkshires this summer. Congratulations on that.
I'm the go-to, which is
amazing. By the way, around 4 questions. Question 1 was 1996. Question number 2 was A, the Pershing Square Signature Center, which is very hard to say. Question 3, Barbara Cook. Question 4, Tammy Grimes. Question 5, the Fifth Avenue Theater in Seattle is where the show did not play. Question 6, that was Brent Barrett standing there in the background. Question 7, yes, that indeed was the Rocky Horror Show. And Maestro, would you give us a round of what that song actually sounds like?
Well, I'll give it a try.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a difference, and yet both work. I am told we need to do a tiebreaker for third place between Hans Friedrichs, I believe, and awgood8@gmail. So we need a third place tiebreaker. Now each tiebreaker is as equally as good as the other. We make no discrimination in terms of our tiebreakers. So Maestro, if you will give us the clue and give us a tiebreaker.
Well, and you're going to want to, because it's not a multiple choice, you're going to want to type the answer to the tiebreaker directly in the chat function, correct? And I guess whoever puts in the correct answer first is declared the breaker of the tie. Now, while I was just playing Last Midnight, I have to say it was incredibly frustrating. A gnome came in. You couldn't see him because he's very short. He was below the line of the camera, and tapped the bottom of the piano a few times. And now it's the darndest thing. I cannot play songs in the time signature in which they were written. They just don't come out correctly. So what you have to do is tell me if you recognize this song, which is not in its original time signature.
Okay, now wait a minute, Maestro.
Yes.
Just to reiterate, so that our Hans and AW Good 8, you will have to type into the chat feature The title of the song, correct?
Title of the song, yes.
Okay, who I'm sorry, what? Who wrote the song or the title of the song?
Just the title of the song.
The title of the song, as played by Maestro in a very different time signature, right?
Yes.
Well, I have to say, you have stumped Hans, and you have stumped A.W. Good. They did not know the title of that song.
Oh. Should I tell them, or should I?
Oh, Andrew.
Should I treat it a little differently?
Well, let me see. Let me consult with our gnomes back here, our maestros of technology.
Because we've got two more.
I know. Okay, well, I think we will need to move on to, let's try another one.
All right.
See if someone, by the way, you want to say why don't you play that as one would know what the title of that song was?
Sure. So this is what you were listening to.
Otherwise known as Try to Remember.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
All right, so let's try a.
I thought a down and dirty stomp version of the song was exactly what it needed.
All right, we will try
There's a wonderful recording of Harvey Schmidt playing it similarly, where he starts it in like a really four, kind of thing. Really fun.
Well, it threw me at the beginning as well, I'll tell you. All right, so let's try a second song for Andrew and for Hans. If you recognize the title, type it in.
All right. Now, while I was playing Try to Remember, a dwarf, I guess, I don't know if it came with the gnome or not, I have no idea, tapped the other side of the keyboard. And now every song I play, it's just the same pitch the whole time. But the rhythm is correct. So if you can identify, actually, hang on, what did I put down?
I can't tell you.
For this one,
okay, got it.
This one you need to identify the show.
All right.
The name of the film.
Identify the very, very well-known show that this song comes from.
And I will say there is a seasonal tie-in a way. Here we go.
Okay.
And the rhythm is exactly as it is in the show and everything. That one of the nice things about the dwarf was that he said, "I'll let you keep your rhythms, but the pitch, it all has to be the same note." So I don't want to argue with him if he can do that to the piano. I don't know what he can do to me. It's maybe he can give me talent. I don't know. Here we go. And one more time.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like a new age rock.
It is okay. Do we have an answer on this from Hans?
The name of the show.
The name of the show.
I was like, I have no idea. Not a clue.
Anybody? All right, I tell you what. So that we can move, just play it straight, and whoever types it in first gets the third place prize.
All right, so we're looking again for the name of the show.
Just the show that it's from. And we have a third place winner. It is Hans, who recognizes as Fiddler on the Roof. So, in order of our winners, we have Hans, who won in naming that show. And you should email. By the way, winners, you should email C Steckel, STECKEL, at yorktheater.org to claim your prizes. Hans, you got third place.
Yay, Hans.
Amy, you got second place. And Anne, you win first place tonight. So we're so grateful to all of you for playing tonight. And Anne, Amy, and Hans, that sounds like a group on the Lawrence Welk Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Anne, Amy, and Hans tonight. We're thrilled that you all came. We were thrilled that everybody played tonight. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Please make sure you look us up and sign up for a subscription to this Cabaret series. They're going to be just fantastic. Go to yorktheater.org/support and donate to help us get through the hump with everybody else.
Yes.
And know that we are here to make music, to create theater, and also, most importantly, to bring some fun in life. Because you know what? We got enough stress. We're here. Look at these wonderful people, Maestro Dennis and the brilliant Jerry McIntyre. We're all here to just make fun. Yeah. So we're thanking you guys so much for being here and playing with us. And so, Jerry, if you're going to be in Madison, not Madison, Milwaukee, Milwaukee. Go see Jerry McIntyre's virtual but real Little Shop of Horrors. Dennis is working on all sorts of things and working with us on all sorts of programs and the things you'll see online.
Sure.
he always has something to be part of. And then me, I just I get on a plane and drink cocktails. So, and the brilliant Jim Morgan, thank you guys. Thank you to everybody here. Thank you to our wonderful staff, Chris Deckel and Seth Christenfeld and Fiona back there. We all thank you guys for keeping things moving forward. And we'll see you at the next, Monday night. Monday night. We have a great show with Josh Ellis and Peter Felicia reminiscing about their evenings in the theater having to do with shows that dealt with politics or presidents. So it's going to be very fun, nothing serious. Just, what did, that's right. And Charles Kirsch, a 13-year-old maven of musical theater. Yes, you need a 13-year-old maven every now and then.
Who does
Monday night, where you get to see, maybe one of the questions will be, what did Jackie wear when she went to see Mr. President on Broadway? All righty, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you all soon.
Great to see you.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.